Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about some Kitana and Madam Bo. Now, I did make a little mistake in the Liu Kang Madam Bo video, and quite honestly, I'm going to say it's not my fault, but I'm going to take responsibility for it anyway. Basically, in the cameo moves, when you actually pick the right character, you go to server slide. Now, in the previous Liu Kang video, I said that Madam Bo doesn't have an invincible wake up or doesn't give you one. She actually does, and it's this move here, Server Slide, which is back cameo. As you can see, it doesn't tell you that it's an invincible wake up in the menu, so that's great. But thank you for the person that did tell us that back cameo is an invincible wake up. And by the way, that is the only passive buff that you get from Madam Bo. You do not get any extra health or anything like that. And yeah, that's pretty much the general information out of the way. Just real quick, before we get into it, please drop a like on the video if you guys like the content. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'm happy to answer you within 24 hours. And please, if you like the MK1 content, please subscribe to channel 1 on the road to 1,000 subs. And memberships will be dropping. Actually, memberships will already be out by the time this video comes out. And you guys will get a post about that. The notification bell every time, so you get notified every time I drop a video and go live with MK1 and some other game. Anyway, let's go into it. So if you don't know, I was talking about how Madam Bo is sort of kind of bad with, well, compared to a lot of the cameo casts. And if you want to know about that, you can literally just use the card on the top right hand corner of the screen if you want to check that out. This is universal for all the characters that she gets put up with, and it's a Madam Bo specific problem. So anyway, I'm not going to blab on about that. We're just going to get into the breakdown with Kitana and Madam Bo. So the first move you get is Bottle Toss. Let me just check that this is on order. It is. So as you can see, Bottle Toss is simply just a cameo button, and she literally hits the opponent on the head with a bottle, and it is a high, which means even though this move looks like it would be awesome to extend some block strings, I just want to show you guys that. Actually, put him on stance and duck. Right, so I'm gonna hit him with 2 mids and then a bottle, right? As you can see, you can easily duck that. Let's use something that's a little bit closer on the timing, right? As you can see, he literally just floats straight past it. So definitely do not use this move on block at all. And another thing that I should say that you can't use this move for is you can't extend the grounded combos. So even though you guys can see, I'll just do it like this real quick. This is 5 hits, right? So, and then he gets hit with a bottle. You can't continue the combo, right? So that doesn't work either. Just for the cameo version, there is a version that we're going to talk about on how to extend the combos grounded, but just remember that the singular bottle toss, the ambush version, does not do that. Now, what is this move good for though? It can extend the damage and is the best way to extend your damage in aerial combos. So, you know, combos that already put the opponent in the air, like this string for example, right? That was terrible, sorry about that, right? And then you can do things like that. The combos are in the timestamps. By the way, everything in the video is timestamped, so if you want to check out a specific part, you don't have to watch all of it. So yeah, you can do things like this, right? And then launch, for example, and then you can do 1-1, 2 in the air. That's the best way of using the bottle toss. The ambush version is literally in combos that have the opponent already airborne. No, why I can't talk today. Anyway, let's move on to the next move, which is back cameo. As you can see, Madam Bo literally slides across the ground and it comes out in 19 frames. If you put this on block, as you can see, this move is completely unsafe at -21. So not only can the opponent just armor this move if you do it after a string of some sort, right, like this even, the opponent can just armor you if they want. They can also just be patient and fully punish you when they see the move, just hit them on block. So definitely don't use it in that stance, but let's talk about the benefits of this move. So this is the best way to extend your combos meterlessly with half a kameo meter. This is your best half kameo option if the opponent is grounded. You're going to see that with Kitana, however. You don't use this move too often because Kitana gets the opponent airborne very quickly because of their NATO, of course, right? So even though you can use the move like this, right, I kind of don't have it in this video because it's not the most amount of damage that you can get. So yeah, that's how this move works. This move is really not great for Kitana, I'll be totally honest. There is another thing which you can do with a lot of other characters. You can do it with Kitana as well. It's just not the best thing, but basically when you launch the opponent, you can recapture the opponent. That was a terrible example, but let's just do an easier version, right? You can recapture the opponent and then extend the combo after using a lot of gravity, of course. Like I said, this move really isn't the best for Kitana, so you're not going to be using it in these ways. You're basically not going to use this move at all, to be honest, just because of its nature. And just going to talk about it real quick, not too in depth, but there is an extended version, a full kameo version of this move, which is back kameo, then kameo. As you can see, Madame Bo hits the opponent 7 times with the extension. Sorry about that. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons right now. And she launches the opponent towards you, a little airborne, and then you can continue the combo after that. Like I said, highly recommend not using back kameo or the extension of this move on Kitana. Total waste of time. But let's talk about forward kameo, which is a much better move. You're not going to use this move too often either, because it just gets outshunned by a move that we're going to talk about after this. But basically, forward kameo is a half kameo move. This move does not extend combos. I think that's very important to note, and it is safe on block. So let's talk about the safe on block, right? As you can see, it comes out and it's -1. Just keep in mind that Mr. Johnny Cage and a lot of other characters can just that was the wrong version, can just armor you out of it. And that I did on wake up, didn't I? There we go. So I actually shouldn't even be using that move. Let's do this. As you can see, there's no gap there, so yeah, you just get hit. So yeah, that's how it is. Just be careful about how you use it, obviously, but it does keep you safe on block, which is pretty handy for Kitana because some of her strings are not safe, especially against 6-frame characters. So you can always chuck out forward kameo to keep yourself a little bit more safe than usual. Front kameo also does have a extended version of itself, just like back kameo, which is front kameo, and she does the Boraito monkey flips, right? I should turn that off. There we go. But yeah, you do this, and then she does the monkey flips and launches the opponent. This is okay. I mean, if you want, you can do stuff like this. This is the best full kameo option you do have in terms of Madame Bo, right? So obviously, if you press the button too early, she doesn't do it, which is a little annoying because I don't know why it would be that different, but you can do things like that. I'm pretty sure that's in the combo section. But yeah, that's pretty much it for front kameo. If you're going to use front kameo, use the full meter version of it, the full kameo meter version of it. Don't just use the singular version. If you're going to use a singular version, only use it on block, pretty much. So let's get into the nitty gritty of drink service, because this move has a lot of things to do with it. Now I'm going to tell you, half of drink service moves are not going to be used at all. They're completely terrible. But let's talk about the useful moves, and then we'll talk about the completely useless moves afterwards. So, drink service is down kameo. As you can see, it's an ambush move, so no matter when I do it, she will come out, even if I'm hitting the opponent, right? So that's what an ambush move is. And basically, she gets a few moves from this. She gets a far bottle toss, which doesn't look that far because she just hit the opponent there, but there's a far version, right? If I go back a bit more, again, this is the close version, which is back kameo. So you're pressing down kameo, then front kameo for a far bottle, and then you're pressing down kameo, back kameo for a close bottle throw. It's not really close, it's labeled as close, but it's more like a mid-screen throw. But even though you have far and close bottle toss, what's the difference between that and the normal bottle toss? Is, well, now you can extend your grounded combos, which I clearly did not do. And as you can see, yeah, and you can keep the combo going. So that's the difference. And by the way, far bottle toss does the same thing. So as you can see, this is kind of only used with 4 forward 3-3. Just because it's the only thing that hits from that range. Because if you do the close version, you can see it just whips. So yeah, that's why in the description of the combos, when you do these grounded combos moves with the bottle tosses, you're going to see there's an option to do front or back kameo. Basically, the front kameo version, which is the far bottle toss, is for 4 forward 3-3. That's a really annoying string to say. And then if you're doing this string, which is 2-4-1, is it 2-4-1-2? Yeah, 2-4-1-2. You can do the close version and then keep the combo going, of course, and then you do the rest of the combo, of course. So that is also how you use the bottle tosses in terms of drink service. This can also be used on block, because as you can see, whether you do the close version, sorry, I'll do the close version from here, it's a mid, right? And even if I do the far version, it is also a mid, unlike the ambush version of bottle toss. So you can use this on block. I highly suggest not using it though, because no matter how you use it, there's always a counter. Right, like that can be ducked, for example. That can't be ducked, but it can also be armored. So yeah, just don't use any of the bottle tosses on block. It's not a good idea, even though it looks like it is. And let's talk about the less useful moves for Kitana with drink service, which is actually drinking from Madame Beau's drink service table thing, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, down kameo, and then you can see you can drink up to 3 times, and then Madame Beau's run out of drinks, she goes what the hell, and then runs off screen. Now you have 3 drink counters. Like you see, every time you drink you get 1 drink counter. If I stop, I get 2, for example, right there. So you get a maximum of 3 drink counters. What happens on each drink counter? Now when you get 1 drink counter, you basically get the ability, I don't know why that didn't work. So you basically get the ability to cancel strings just like that into another string. This move is completely useless, even though it looks really cool. It just does not do enough damage. The damage scaling on this move is so bad, right? So for example, let's do the combo. The damage scaling on this move is completely rubbish, so I'm going to do the combo that we all know, Kitana players, right? As you can see, that's 34.3. But as you can see, when I don't cancel a string into another string, I get 35.4%. So why would you ever use this move? It's terrible. Don't use it unless you just want to do a cool looking combo, which fair enough, I guess. Let's get on to what happens when you get 2 drink counters. So basically, as you can see, you get hit by unblockable animation, and all the characters do some sort of animation. I'm pretty sure they're not unique, but it is what it is. Anyway, as you can see, even though if I get hit by it, I can block straight away, and it is not a true unblockable, right? So even though the bubbles are popping out of her, you can block. It's not a true unblockable. You can do whatever you want, even when you get to 3 drink counters. Anyway, when you get to 2 drink counters, what happens? Basically, you get a Boruto air belly flop. This move is okay if you're going to win an air-to-air and you're close to the opponent. This move will usually get priority and you'll win. But your Kitana, like, you have a move that does that already, like Fair Note in the air, in which it has a hitbox around you, so you really can't be hit. So this move is not as great on Kitana as it is on other characters, but it is there if you want to use it. Now, do not use this move in combos, because as you're going to see, you don't have enough time to recover and hit the opponent again. So you're not going to be able to extend combos that are airborne with this move. This move is only to be used basically at the start of a combo and then keep it going. That's how it works. As you can see, when I use it, it removes 1 drink counter. So yeah, same with the previous move, it removes 1 drink counter as well. Now let's talk about the third move, which is when you get to 3 drink counters, which you think would be a really, really awesome move, but it's not. So, as you can see, your character is completely drunk, and you are going to be able to do up kameo on the ground, and basically you do the Boruto vomit move. As you can see, it hits the opponent for a very long time, and this, like back kameo, adds some gravity scaling to your combo already. So just be careful about how you use it. As you can see, 2 whiffed in the final move there, whereas if I did the normal version, alright, you hit it very easily. So yeah, it adds a little bit of gravity scaling when you use the vomit. Also, when you use the vomit move, you don't get served another drink from Madame Bo from the next 10 seconds. So for example, if I use this and then now I try and call her, she goes away. She will keep doing this until 10 seconds has passed. Right, so I'll do it again. Now we'll just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, and then she's able to serve you drinks again. Now, just to show you guys that it is a thing. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? She still goes away, and I've been counting a little slow on the seconds. So, yeah, that is 10 seconds until you can get served a drink again. Like I said, I don't recommend using the drinking moves at all with Kitana, but they look cool, so if you want to use them, go ahead. They are not in the combo section because, like I said, they do a lot of gravity scaling and combo scaling, so it's not the optimal way of doing the combos, unfortunately, so it's not in there. Now, one last thing that I do want to talk about is the full screen conversions. Now, you only get 1 full screen conversion because Kitana has a whole bunch of them anyway, as you guys would know. So if you hit like something like this, you get the conversion anyway, for example. Same with Wind Bomb, right? So in those instances, you don't need a full screen conversion because Kitana already has one, but you can get one off the reverse fan. So this involves using the ambush version of Bottle Toss, so just a kameo version, which I messed up again. And then you can do back 2-4, and this gives you a full-on combo. So as you can see, you're just way too far to hit back 2-4. Hitting the Bottle Toss gives you a little bit extra time to get there and make the most of your damage. This also can work for the meter burn version, right? But like, if you're going to use the meter burn version, like, you're already going to hit the opponent, so like, what's the point? I was a bit slow, but you can hit the opponent. So yeah, it's basically good for the meterless version if you're going to use it. What about if you're going to use the instant air fan? You just still don't have enough time to get there, unfortunately. It just is what it is. As you can see, the bottle toss takes like too long. You have to preemptively bottle toss into doing it. Which doesn't even keep a combo going. So there you go. Because bottle toss has to hit first. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be the entire video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I try to keep this as short as possible because Madam Bo has a lot of things, but a lot of things doesn't mean all of them are good for a certain character. And just overall thoughts, Madam Bo with Kitana is really not the best team for Kitana, obviously. They are much better cameos like Cyrax and Jax and all that sort of stuff. And that is way better. So I highly recommend using them if you're really trying to win or you're in a tournament situation. But if you're mucking around on casuals online or, you know, playing Combat League, which is not that serious, go ahead and use Madam Bo. She's a bit of fun. But like I said, most of her moves are really not that useful for Kitana. Yeah, before we get onto the combos, remember all of them are time-stamped, and if you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like on the video so it's spreading my content throughout YouTube. And of course, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments down below. I'm happy to answer you within the 24 hours. And please subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subs, and hit the notification bell every time so you guys get notified every time I upload a video or go live. And if I go live, if you can, come over and say hi to your boy, and we can chat about some MK or some other games that you might like, or you may even request a video that I might consider making. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll leave you on to the combos. See yous.